The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy David Lewis from the Best Take Podcast, and today we are talking about the Big Three Heat with LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. And we're going to examine if they really were a super team or not. Now, this is just my opinion. Disclaimer, this is my opinion, okay? If you have any other opinions, type it down below yourself, alright? The comment section is free. Let's get straight to the video. Now, before we get into them teaming up, we have to talk about what they were doing before they teamed up. So let's start talking about Dwayne Wade first. Dwayne Wade, from 2004 to 2010, the year before LeBron James joined him in the 2011 season, D-Wade had averaged 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists on 48% shooting, 28% from 3, and 77% from the free throw line. By his third season in the NBA, he was already an NBA champion and was Finals MVP of that NBA championship alongside his teammate Shaquille O'Neal at the time. But everything would change for D-Wade after winning the championship in 2006. The next year in 2007, the Miami Heat couldn't defend their NBA title as they lost in the first round against the Chicago Bulls. The next year in 2008, the Miami Heat would completely miss the entire playoffs. And in 2009 and 2010, despite Dwayne Wade winning the scoring title in 2009, the Miami Heat would still lose in the first round in 2009 and 2010. In 2009, they had lost to the Atlanta Hawks, and in 2010, they had ran to the Boston Celtics in the first round. Now, during all of this, for context, a lot of things did happen. For one, in 2007, there was a lot of injuries to the team. That's one of the main reasons why they couldn't defend their title. The next year in 2008, the Miami Heat had traded Shaquille O'Neal mid-season because him and Pat Riley couldn't get along. On top of all this, Dwayne Wade himself was even getting injured. In 2007 and in 2008, Dwayne Wade only played 51 games back-to-back season as the team still struggled. In 2007, again like I said, lost in the first round. In 2008, they had missed the entire playoffs, only winning 15 games. In 2009, in spite of Dwayne Wade winning the scoring title and averaging 30 points a game and being in the MVP race, he wouldn't win MVP, and on top of that, his team would get eliminated in the first round. Now, let's look at Chris Bosh from 2004 to 2010. In that stretch of years, Chris Bosh averaged 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists, 1.2 blocks a game on 49% shooting. His best season with the Raptors would come in his last season with the Raptors, which began in 2010, where he averaged 24, 10, and 2 with 1 block a game on 51% shooting. Also in this time frame, Chris Bosh was also a 5-time All-Star, and he made an All-NBA team in 2007. In spite of Chris Bosh doing all of this in this stretch, the Toronto Raptors will only make the playoffs twice, and that will be in 2007 and 2008. In the 2007 NBA playoffs, Chris Bosh would average 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists on an ugly 39% from the field, 20% from 3, and he shot 84% from the free throw line. But in Game 6 of the first round, Chris Bosh would practically cost his team the series. Roll the clip.
That's 3 timeouts, Raptors 2. Bosh. Oh, you got to post Bosh. You see, Jason Kidd, they got it to him too late. Now he has it over Collins for the lead. Chris Bosh, who had 6 to shoot for Bosh from the top of the key. Missed it. Peterson got checked out. What a job by Wright. Shot clock is off. Nets going to take a timeout. 12.6 to go. Not far to trigger, 12.6 to go. Nets trying to get to the second round. Raptors for Game 7. Oh, that was Jefferson goes quick, spins, and scores!
So yeah, as you can see, if Chris Bosh had just held onto the ball instead of trying to take some shot, his team possibly would have pushed that series to 7 games, but they lost in 6 games. Now, the next year in 2008, Chris Bosh in the playoffs would average 24, 9, and 3 on 47% shooting, but unfortunately, the Toronto Raptors would lose that series against the Orlando Magic in 5 games against the dominant Dwight Howard. Now, LeBron James. From 2004 to 2010, LeBron James, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists on 47% shooting, 32% from 3, 74% from the free throw line. He was a 2-time MVP, a Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Star, and he had 6 All-NBA teams. In 2007, as you guys know, he made the finals, but he got swept by Tim Duncan and his Spurs. 2008, had lost to the Celtics. 2009, lost to the Magic. And then in 2010, again, lost to the Celtics again. Now, as you guys know, the next year they were all team up together. So let's look at the overview of that season. So, in 2011, the Miami Heat was the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference with a 58-24 record. LeBron James would average his classic 26, 7, and 7 on 51% shooting, 33% for the three-point line, 75% from the free throw line. Flash would have himself a dominant season as well, as he averaged 25, 6, and 4 on 50% shooting. And then Chris Bosh was over here averaging 18, 8, and 1 on 49% shooting. Clearly, these 3 guys right here was hooping in the regular season. But let's look at the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. So in the first round of the 2011 NBA playoffs, LeBron James averaged 25, 8, and 6 on 46% shooting against the 76ers. In the next round of the playoffs, LeBron James will be facing his old rival in the Boston Celtics, as he would destroy them, averaging 28, 8, and 3 on 47% shooting, 43% from 3, and just having ultimately the last laugh. In the next round, the conference finals, LeBron James and the Miami Heat will face up against the Chicago Bulls, who have the reigning MVP on their side in prime Derrick Rose. LeBron James in that series averaged 25, 7, and 7 on 44% shooting, 38% from 3, and 86% from the free throw line, just ultimately shutting down the MVP and showing the league who the real MVP was. And when you guys look at all those stats I just read you, look at D Wade in the first round, 22, 8, and 5 on 43% shooting. Now, D Wade's best series in this whole playoff run before the NBA Finals has to be against the Boston Celtics, where he averaged 36 and 4 on 52% shooting. LeBron and D Wade both went off in this series, and it made sense so much because Boston had beat LeBron and D Wade in the season before in the last postseason. Now look at the conference finals with D Wade, 18, 6, and 2 on 40% shooting. Now, in my opinion, I think that's D Wade's worst playoff series in this postseason. But let's go straight to Chris Bosh. Round 1, 19, 9, and 1.2 blocks a game on 48% shooting. Second round, 12 points, 10 rebounds a game, 1.4 blocks a game on 40% shooting. The 2011 Eastern Conference Finals, that's when Chris Bosh really showed up. He averaged 23 points and 7 rebounds on 60% shooting. That's nuts. But everything would come crashing down for the Miami Heat in 2011 as Dirk Nowitzki shocked the whole basketball world, leading the Dallas Mavericks past Kobe's Lakers, past OKC, and past LeBron James and the Miami Heat. And as you guys know, everything will be on LeBron James, as LeBron James is the one who played terrible in the 2011 finals, the entire finals. Even Chris Bosh, who was anchored into the team to be the third option, had a better finals than LeBron James. And that entire offseason, fans and the media let LeBron and the Miami Heat have it. I mean, LeBron James was just getting roasted the entire offseason. And there was even some fans that even thought that LeBron James would possibly never recover from a finals like he had in 2011. But oh, how wrong they were.
I'm not here to ask for any sympathy. You know, and I let my game do all the talking.
LeBron in 2012 will win the MVP, averaging 27, 7, and 6 on 53% shooting, 36% from 3, 77% for the free throw line. Lead the Miami Heat in points, rebounds, and assists, and led them to the second seed with a 46-20 record. Did I forget to mention that this was all-around LeBron James co-star Dwayne Wade only played 49 games? Since the 2012 season was a lockout season, that means the regular season was cut down to 66 games, and Dwayne Wade, who's LeBron's co-star, only played 49 out of those 66 games, and LeBron still led that team to the second seed in the Eastern Conference. And if you thought LeBron James' dominance only stopped in the regular season, you would be fooling yourself. LeBron James in the first round of the 2012 playoffs against a prime Carmelo Anthony averaged 27, 6, and 5 with 2 steals on 47% shooting, 35% from 3, 80% from the free throw line to beat the New York Knicks in 5 games. In the next round against the Indiana Pacers, LeBron James would throw it up a notch. 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists on 50% shooting and shooting 72% from the free throw line. Did I also forget to mention that Chris Bosh was injured half of this series? Oh, not half, almost all of this series, almost. The injury that Chris Bosh had in the second round also forced him to miss the first 4 games of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics. But when the series started against the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat actually had a 2-0 lead. But then the Boston Celtics would come back and win games 3, 4, and 5. The Boston Celtics took a commanding 3-2 lead, and Miami Heat's season was on the line. Then LeBron James, Game 6, drops 45, 15, and 5 on a ridiculous 73% shooting. Do you not know how nuts that is? This man played 45 minutes and dropped 45 points. You know how crazy you have to be to score the same amount of points of minutes that you played? Oh my goodness. Not to mention that in Game 7, the next game, this man LeBron James dropped 31, 12, and 2 on 42% shooting and shot 70% from the free throw line. Then he finished the series averaging 33 and 11 on 52% shooting, 30% from three-point line. Are y'all serious right now? And in spite of everything LeBron James has just got through doing in the conference finals, guess who was the favorite in the 2012 finals? Guess who was the favorite to win the 2012 finals? That's right, the Baby Thunder that y'all try to call them nowadays. They were the favorite to win the 2012 NBA championship. You had NBA analysts like Bill Simmons basically saying OKC was going to embarrass Miami because they're a better version of the team. Even has Stephen A. Smith himself basically saying he's going to take OKC beating Miami in 6 games because they're a better unit. And do y'all know what happened in that series? LeBron James was going to average 28, 10, and 7. And in the closeout game in Game 5 of the NBA Finals in 2012, this man finished the game with a 26-point triple-double to win his first ever NBA championship. Hey, oh, y'all thought we stopped there? 2013, lock and loaded, roll the clip. For the second year in a row, LeBron James would win another MVP, and he would lead the Miami Heat to a 66-16 record. Also in that same season, the Miami Heat would go on a 27-game winning streak. LeBron James would lead the way in that streak, averaging 27, 8, and 8, 1 block, 2 steals a game on 58% shooting from the field, 37% from the three-point line. And in the 2013 NBA Finals, LeBron James averaged 25, 10, and 7 on 44% shooting, 35% from 3, 79% from the free throw line. In Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, this man LeBron James dropped a 32-point triple-double. 16 out of his 32 points was in the fourth quarter alone. Now, yes, I'm not taking nothing away from Ray Allen's shot. Ray Allen definitely did hit one of the biggest shots, if not the biggest shot in league history, to go into overtime, and Miami Heat did go to Game 7. But guess what, y'all? In Game 7, this man LeBron James had 37, 12, and 4 with 2 steals on 52% from the field and 50% from the three-point line to secure his second straight championship with Miami and his second straight Finals MVP. If that's not making up for 2011, I don't know what will, bro. Conclusion: was the Miami Heat a super team to me? In my opinion, yes and no. The only reason why I'm 50-50 on this is because on one end, when you think about it, when LeBron James first got into Miami wasn't really contending. Like I said earlier in the vid, they won in 06, but after 06, they wasn't doing anything. D-Wade was just winning scoring titles, but wasn't getting anywhere in the playoffs. Chris Bosh only had 2 playoff appearances before going into Miami. LeBron James gets over there and they go to 4 straight finals and they win 2 out of the 4. And 2 of the wins that they won was in dominant fashion because of LeBron James. So, at the end of the day, I ain't tripping if you still consider them a super team. I know most people in the NBA community that are NBA fans would consider them. But I'll just say this: I can consider them not a super team. That's just me. If you guys enjoyed this video, which I hope you guys did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, brothers. You know what I mean? Link to social medias will be in the description below. And y'all, I'm out of here, man.